Okay, so day 12 night now, right? Was this?
Yeah, okay.
Yep, it's just going along with anything I say. It could be day 50, but who knows? Then day 12, we drove from Flint to Milan. So that was a big drive.
Short trip.
Went for a bit of a swim, and we got there eventually. So Milan, or I don't know how they say it here. Milan. Milan. It's probably Milan.
Yeah.
Milan. So we drove to Milan, which is in Ohio. No, we didn't. We drove straight to the zoo, didn't we? So we meant to drive to Milan and drop our stuff off, then go to the zoo. But we decided, nah, stuff that. We've had pretty good. We felt in certain places our stuff's been pretty safe in the car.
We didn't. Well, I didn't know. You obviously think you just prepaid it, but you got to pay for parking everywhere, so it feels more secure because
Yeah.
you have to pay to get into the parking area.
Yeah. So there's been some places where we're like, yeah, we can trust leaving our bags here, and other places we're like, nah, probably shouldn't do it here. So the zoo, we felt pretty safe there. So we drove straight to the zoo, and it was hot. Okay, it was.
What?
No, so shut up, you. He didn't know that it was hot, so I kept trying to tell him, and he was just not listening. So I just had to keep telling him that it was hot. He didn't know.
I knew.
No, he just didn't know.
I had accepted.
Okay.
I had accepted.
Shut up, you.
I accepted the 45 degree
No.
heat, 100% humidity.
Was it really?
I was pretty. Yeah.
Oh,
That was
I didn't realise it was that hot.
I reckon that was pretty close.
Yeah, so it was like 40 degrees, and I struggle with 20 degrees. So it was really hot for me, and I was dying, okay? I was gonna pass out, I was dizzy, I was sweating something shocking, and I had my hair down as well. I know that made me feel more hot, because I couldn't put my hair up. So I was all sweaty, and it was just... This zoo is massive. It's like one of the biggest zoos in America. That's obviously why I picked it. And it was
hot.
Yeah, it was hot. And we had a little bit of problem with that, but we'll just leave that where it is because he's not being very nice about it today, even though he was making jokes yesterday.
Making jokes today?
Nah, mate, you're not making jokes today. You pick it on me today.
Nah.
Anyway. So it was really hot, so we didn't really get the full zoo experience because I was just trying to get through it because I was going to die, and I just wanted to see as many animals as I could as quick as I could and try to get a few photos as quick as I could. And like the main ones that I wanted to see was the polar bears, rhinos,
Probably the tiger cubs once you found out they were tiger
the
cubs.
tiger cubs. But it turns out the baby polar bear left that morning at 10. So we missed, that was its last day there until 10:30 or whatever, and we missed it. And all the animals were hot as well. So they weren't doing much. They were just like, oh my god, it's hot, bro. And they were just laying around like looking, some of them look so sad, and I was very upset. A lot of them are on their own. Like, I feel like in Melbourne they've got more friends. But these ones in Ohio, they were loners, man, and some of them look so sad. The gorilla, maybe he heard about his friend over in the other, where's his mate from?
I don't know. Can't remember what it was.
I thought that was in Ohio as well. I don't know. But there was a really sad gorilla, maybe that was his cousin. And he was very sad, and all of them looked very sad, and I was a bit upset. But yeah, so we'll rush through, try not to die. Oh my god, I got to pat a ferret. I just found that so exciting. I wanted to hold him, but they're so weird over there. The Americans, like, maybe they just think that that's just normal here because they don't like invite you and explain that you can do it, because obviously in Australia you can't do that. So we were kind of waiting for him to go, come on over, you can pet it if you want, and like stuff like that, and like tell us that it was alright, but they didn't, because maybe it's just a normal thing here, but to us it's not normal. So we were like, are we allowed to do this? Or so I went up to her, I'm like, can I touch it? Or am I allowed to do this kind of thing? Is that Chicago there?
No, that's Cleveland. Are you close?
Oh. I'm off the ball. I'm confused about where I am. That's Cleveland, apparently, not Chicago. We've gone past Chicago already. That's your phone. This is my phone. Oh, stupid thing. Oh, we're going to be getting off soon.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not.
No?
Lied. It's confusing.
I didn't play kind of like trucking panic.
So I got to pat a ferret, and then we got to stand next to some flamingos. And I don't know if I've seen flamingos before.
No.
Probably not. Got to stand next to some flamingos, and there was a mouse, but that wasn't very exciting. There was a really fast turtle. He must be training for the Olympics. He was brilliant. He was fastest turtle I've ever seen.
We found Dory.
Oh, we found Dory as well.
All these people in the world.
Don't worry, she's not missing anymore. She's in Ohio. I'll let Nemo know. And you know what's funny? You know how I made friends with that guy and his kids? One of the kids' names was Nemo. So I should have told him. Wait, have we already been to the zoo? We had, hadn't we? I should have told him that Dory was at the zoo. You're not listening?
Oh, I thought you were talking to the video.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you should have told him, because he might be worried.
Yeah. Because his name was Nemo, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And went to the zoo, went for lunch at the zoo, and you get this like a full-on meal at the zoo. Like, I got this buffalo chicken, crispy buffalo chicken pita thing with chips on the side, and he got a cheeseburger with chips and coleslaw on the side. Obviously I got the coleslaw, but the pita was like rock hard, like, so you couldn't, I thought it was going to be like a soft pita with nice stuff in the inside, but you couldn't, I had to kind of eat the inside without the pita kind of thing until there was enough. It's a bit of a mess, but I don't know if I said this already, but they have like self-serve sauce in America. So you just go past and you just grab whatever sauce you want. So I had like 10 cups of sauce, and like, oh, that's pretty cool. You just unlimited sauce. Like, so you don't need to go and say, oh, can I have extra sauce on that? You just go, give me the sauce you got, and I'll go put some more on. And then we had that. And then we went and saw some bears, and there was a sloth bear, and he's so funny looking. His head was way too big for the rest of him, yeah?
Yeah.
He had these little legs. And he already obviously got kicked out by the missus, because the missus was hanging outside on the tree, having a nice little rest. Finally, she's got some peace and relaxation while he's locked inside. Why are you laughing?
Very mean. Being very sexist.
What do you mean? We had this talk at the zoo and you thought it was funny then? Oh gosh.
Poor guy. I just wanted to watch some sport.
No.
That's it.
Anyway, so
When are you going to mow the lawn? After the game. Do it now. Why aren't you laughing?
oh yeah. And then, but he was like hanging at the door. He wanted to go out, and he kept pacing back and forward, and then putting his head at the door like this. And I'm like, oh, he just wants to go outside, and he probably doesn't realise how hot it is out there. I'm like, mate, you've got it good in here. You don't want to go out there. You don't even know what's out there. The sun. And you're a sloth. You should just want to be in the cool, relaxing. Anyway, we saw him, and then we finally, this zoo was massive. Like, we finally, went and saw what are those big seal things? Manitors? Something? No,
I don't know what they're called.
We saw these big whale, dolphin type things, and they were cool. I've never seen one of them before. But I felt like their enclosures weren't as good as ours. Like there wasn't much room for them to swim in there, and they were pretty big. And I feel like in Australia they've got bigger, better enclosures. Like even for the elephants, like our elephant area is way better. More water and stuff for them to play in and all that kind of stuff. There, it was just like flat dirt with a little pond that was like on the other side. Anyway, And then we went past there, and then we went and saw some birds, and we went into the Australian section just to see what they would all be saying about the kangaroos and the koalas, because to us it was like it's in our backyard. So, because we were like, oh, there's no point going in the Australia section, but then I'm like, yeah, we should just go see what they're saying, just to see if like they're amazed by them, and we could just like be like, oh, no biggie.
Am I going the right way? What?
Well, I don't know which way you're going.
Oh, there's signs up here.
But I can't read them.
East 40, 77, no, 2 something, 77, or 145 is it? I don't know. 4 something, 42, then there's exits to 44th and 41st Street.
It's just saying 90. 171, 90 into Belt Freeway. I think you just keep going straight if you can.
I feel like I'm in a crappy lane, but I don't want to get out and turn off.
What was one? 44th Street and 41st Street or something?
44th Street, 41st Street.
Yeah, so you just keep going straight. What's that other one say? What's the one on the left say?
490.
And what's the other number say?
77.
Alright, stay on where you are. And then we finally made our way down to the back, and I just had to keep stopping in the shops and stuff because they were air conditioned. And then made our way to the back where the polar bears were and the other bears. And the friggin' brown bears, they are huge. They are big bears. I didn't realise how big they were. They're like enormous, like they're like the size of an elephant but a bear. But they were sitting out the back, facing away from us, talking to each other. Just sitting there having a chat with their backs to us. So we couldn't see them properly and they wouldn't move. I'm like, that's a bit rude. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, turn around.
Didn't like photos.
No. So all we could see was this big brown ball of fur. And then we finally went to see the polar bears, and there was one.
Polar bear.
And it was just all the way at the back, sitting next to a rock. And it was 40 degrees. I thought it would have been in the water. I don't understand these bears here. A polar bear likes the cold, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Maybe they don't like the cold. They just got dumped in the Arctic like millions of years ago, and they don't like that.
But
this is where they live.
But their pool bit, like its water bit, where the water was tiny. I don't even know how it would barely fit in there, let alone play in there and swim in there and all that kind of stuff, like at SeaWorld. When I went to SeaWorld, it was massive. There was heaps of room for him to dive in and swim and up to the glass and back and all that kind of stuff. This was this tiny little area. I couldn't even... The fish, there was a few fish in there and the fish barely even fit in there. So I was not happy with its house, its home. I think it needed a better home than that. So it can come over to Australia to SeaWorld if it wants. I'll take it back on the plane. Yeah, so we didn't get to see much of that, and that was what I was looking forward to the most. But I was too hot to stay and sit there for half an hour. So we only had a certain amount of time before we had to leave. And then we went and saw the rhinos, didn't we?
Yeah, they were pretty close.
And then, we went and saw a cheetah, and then we went and saw hyenas, and the hyena there was this big square piece of wood with something on top of it that looked kind of like a drain tap or something like that, and then 4 big nails that had it nailed into the ground, and the hyena pulled it out of the ground. And I'm like, I don't know if it's supposed to do that, like if that's just something for it to play with, but it had big, like, nails about this long coming out of the bottom of this piece of wood. And I'm like, well, I don't know if that's good. So then I tried to go find a zookeeper, And there was this section like in like a safari type thing where you could pay $3 to feed the giraffes, and there was a lady standing there, and I was like trying to talk to her, but she wasn't a zookeeper. She was obviously just a person that you paid to feed the giraffes, and I was trying to tell her, and then she made me go tell this other guy, and then I tried to go tell that other guy, and he's like, yeah, the hyenas are over there, so just come out of here and go over there. I'm like, no, I know, but I'm trying to tell you that it's pulled something out of the ground. I don't know if it was meant to or whatnot. And then they thanked me and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, no worries, mate. But then I turned around and went to walk out, and there was this big giraffe head right next to my head. And I'm like, I wanted to pat it and stay there, but then I was like, well, but then they're going to think that nothing was wrong with the hyena, that I just came in here so I could see the giraffe for free. But and then I was so hot and I got caught up in the moment. I was going to feed the thing, and then I needed to go to the toilet, and then its big ass head was like right next, like I could have patted it, and its head was so big. I'm tired.
Ella need rest.
What?
Ella need rest.
Ella's shutting down now.
Have some root beer.
Oof. You farted, didn't you?
Yeah, it's bad.
He farted and he doesn't put the window down. Whoa, mate. Not cool, man. And
you were dropping them all night and morning.
excuse me, I was not.
Listen to this one.
Whoa, can you open your window, please? Whoa, that was nasty, man. That's really bad. I'm eating that for breakfast.
Yeah? That's why I never give you anything.
And then we decided to leave, and we went home, and then I was like, I'm getting drunk and going in the pool. I'm like, I'm so going in the pool when we get back. I was dying for a swim. Every time we walked past like a little fish pond with all the fishes and the turtles and stuff in it, I'm like, I want to go for a swim. So we got back. Hadn't eaten anything since then, had we? Oh, we were meant to go to 2 man-verse food places for dinner, but then we didn't end up doing that. So we didn't have dinner because he was still full from lunch. And came back, went to go for a swim, got me alcohol ready by the pool, jumped in the pool, and then these people came out, and this man, and I don't know if that, I think one kid might have been his and the other one wasn't. Not really sure, but they came out, and I kind of kept my distance for a while, and then eventually I got in the water and we started talking to them. So I made some friends, and we were talking about life and Australia and America and basketball and swimming, and what else did we talk about? Just stuff. Did you close your window?
Yeah.
It's not out yet.
Oh. I didn't want it's not be noisy.
Oh. Yeah, so I had a good chat to them, and then gave the man a drink, and then his hillbilly wife came out and started yelling at him. I'm like, oh shit, because he started at one end of the pool, and then he came over and sat up the other end where the alcohol was, because I gave him a drink, and then she came up and started saying, way up that end for you were down the other end. I'm like, oh god, what have I got myself into? This could be like some crazy hillbilly off hills, bloody Jerry Springer that's gonna kill me. But I'm just being friendly. I'm nothing more than that. Because I just wanted to make some friends and have a good time. And then I just kind of had to try and get her into it. I was like, oh, if I had enough alcohol, I'd share with everyone. And then she ended up laughing. So maybe she was joking, but at first I thought she was going to kill us. And then, yeah, but then Steve came back with more drinks, and he had Macca's. And then my friend kind of left, so I think Steve must have scared him off.
I'm pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty buff.
So then my friend left. I spent a good hour with him and had a good chat and about stuff. Had a bit of a laugh for a bit of swim, but it felt good. I think I was on the way to drunk, and I think I can get real drunk real easy these days. Maybe because I've lost weight and because I don't drink much anymore, but I think I probably had 4, maybe 5, and
Dehydrated.
I was dehydrated. So I think I had 4, maybe 5, and I was on the way to drunk. I was kind of drunk. And then went back to the room. Did I end up having anything to eat? I had too many noodles, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I somehow boiled some water in the coffee pot thing. Why can't they just have kettles and put the coffee in the cup and you put the kettle in there? But no, they've got to have a coffee pot, and that was confusing. Oh, excuse you.
Windows down.
All the windows down now. Yeah, so I had too many noodles for dinner. Had a shower while I was drunk. And yeah, can't really remember what's going on. But then I think I had the TV on or something. But then I was like, can't really watch TV, I need to go sleep.
Big Brother was on for a little bit.
Big Brother was on, but yeah, wasn't really paying attention. Then I went to sleep, didn't I?
You watched the Kardashians for a bit?
And for like 2 seconds I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. Oh, I'm gonna look like such a pig. Oh well. And then yeah, that was that day. So we went to the zoo and I got drunk. Went for a swim with my new mates. And that's what happened. And then that was day 12, I said, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're gonna cut that and then we're gonna go to day 13, and then today's day 14, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go, we're almost caught up. Okay, catch you later, mate. Oops, I can't find the button.